Do not check your dials. Don't look at your phone. It's just not 3 o'clock yet. Cam's just a little overexcited. I mean, what are you trying to say, Cam?
Nothing.
You
I'm not
prefer
trying to
you
say
prefer
anything.
4 hours of 3 and out?
No, no, no. I'm right here on second down as usual. As usual. So,
Kind of
that's my
kind of
bad.
kind of hurts my heart.
Players messed up. So, I messed up today. Rough start, but that doesn't mean it has to be a rough finish. So that's all that matters.
I mean, it kind of feels like both. I mean, just breaking my heart over here, Cam.
My bad. Didn't mean to, on this illustrious Tuesday, short week because of
It
Thanksgiving.
certainly is. So we'll have a show for you today. We got a show coming up for you tomorrow, and then on Thursday we have a bunch of NFL football for you, and Friday college football, college basketball action all day. So we'll have a full week for you. But yeah, I mean, even we have to take a day off every now and then. But again, not 3 and out, second down here on ESPN Radio. Christian Gokel alongside Cam Ursery, and soon to be joined by the one and only PJ Zuko. We were talking about some high school football yesterday. Nobody better to talk to about that than him. But a lot of college football to dive into, some really fun rivalry games coming up this weekend. Hope you guys are ready. I gave Cam a little bit of trivia yesterday there, PJ, and a vast majority of the rivalry trophies exist in the Big Ten.
I need some help, man.
So I feel like I should do that with you again. But we have some rivalry Jeopardy coming up tomorrow. Of all the Big Ten trophies, what's your favorite?
I don't know. The first one that comes to mind, and I think they might already played this. I don't even know what game this is, but it's Paul Bunyan's axe.
I believe that was
Michigan State.
Or,
I think.
I don't.
Was it?
I honestly have no idea.
I don't believe
it
so.
could be anybody.
I
It could
thought
be
it was,
Wisconsin.
Minnesota?
It might
I
be
thought it was
Wisconsin, Minnesota.
Okay, what was Michigan? I actually got Michigan State right yesterday. What
I think
was
it's like
then?
Paul Bunyan something else. Yeah,
Oh,
Minnesota,
Lord.
Wisconsin is Paul Bunyan's axe.
Yeah,
I think Paul Bunyan's trophy
that's
maybe.
yeah. That might be a different one.
Yeah, it's Michigan State.
Okay, there you go. You're
Yeah.
on the right track though.
Paul Bunyan's axe, though.
I feel like
Minnesota, Wisconsin.
I feel like Nebraska and Iowa should play over like an ear of corn.
Side note: the Paul Bunyan trophy, very seductive. I'm looking. I mean, you think I'm lying? I'm looking at him now.
Oh yeah, I got pictures of some of the guys,
That
but like
guy.
the actual
Yeah.
thing, it looks weird.
Oh, his stance and
weird.
everything
Yeah,
too.
no,
I mean,
the stance is very suggestive.
wow.
Honestly, his style is very 2021.
Yeah.
He's got the skinny jeans on, tucked into some boots. He's got the short sleeve button down going on. He's got a beard. I think he's got a hat, maybe hiding. Like I say, this is looking at the Paul Bunyan trophy.
I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, but again, a little suggestive,
That
especially
like
where that
a
axe is.
little axe.
Like, I want you to
That's pretty
imagine
wild,
you're
yeah.
going
Yeah.
to a bar and like the crowd is like late 20s, early 30s, and Paul Bunyan is the guy who is balding, so he wears the trucker hat to cover up the balding. And he's got a good physique on him, but maybe up the size one on everything.
Right. No, for sure. I'm surprised his like shirt isn't like halfway like unbuttoned, like halfway down or whatever. Or is it? I mean,
there's definitely a button that's unbuttoned there.
Right. I mean, yeah. That's like you said, that's a little seductive for my taste. But no, you're right.
I
You
hope there's
could
a
use
whole
the
bunch
size
of
up.
people out there thirst trapping over Paul
All
Bunyan.
I'm saying is he's not going out and doing any actual work like that. That's
Oh
him.
no, yeah, no.
That, like you said, that's exactly what he's wearing to go out to whatever establishment you go to on a Friday night. To
He definitely.
do
I guess
some
what I'm
other
trying
work.
to say is he definitely drinks IPAs.
Oh God, yeah, he's
And
telling
gonna
you
tell
about all of them
too.
Yeah, no,
And
exactly.
Maybe he brews his own beer.
Don't you dare walk up to him with like a domestic, just normal,
It's Bud Light.
just normal beer. Yeah,
He's
don't
gonna-
you dare.
he's gonna go,
And then you know you can't walk past someone in that type of establishment that looks at you and goes,
Oh no! If he looks at me like that, I'm gonna ask some questions.
"I'm not gonna have
Especially
any
with
questions." Like you
Especially with
said,
them boots tucked in like that.
I'm gonna have a lot of words his way going about not only his IPA but also just everything he chooses to be.
Either way, I hope
Just
there's
look
a
at
lot
him.
of people out there Googling the Paul Bunyan Trophy, not the Paul Bunyan axe, not the cool one. The very seductive Paul Bunyan Trophy. Does Penn State play for any trophies?
I want, yeah. So we play Michigan State. This is the. It's funny because Penn State's like slogan is unrivaled, right? This is the one quote unquote technical like rivalry we have for a trophy. I'm pretty sure, and no one really knows why. But we're taking on Michigan State, and it is the Land Grant Trophy. Don't ask me what that means or is.
What does it look like?
But it is the Land Grant Trophy.
I want to pull this up now.
I don't know because I don't care. Like that's the thing.
Also, how many trophy games are? Oh, this is actually kind of dope. It's huge.
I think.
Yeah, I want all of that. It looks like a piece of furniture that you'd see in your grandmother's house.
Yeah. Huh. I think Penn State used to play for a trophy with like Minnesota for some reason.
These are one of the trophies I call the punishment trophies, where I feel like the team who loses should have to take the trophy because it's so cumbersome and like such a burden.
It's so awkward.
Like, yeah, this is your problem now. You hold on to this. We found out yesterday, and I didn't know about this. Georgia and Florida actually play for a trophy.
Wow, no.
And this has only been since like the mid 2000s. The Okefenokee Ore. It's literally an ore carved out of like a 100-year-old cypress tree from the Okefenokee Swamp. And on both sides, it has like the different teams carved into it with like the records for the game.
Right.
I think it's pretty lit. So 12-foot ore.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Well, how else are you going to get through the Okefenokee, PJ?
Yeah, no, that's true. That's getting cooler. The more you talk about it.
Okefenokee fan boat?
That would actually be pretty awesome.
Just a miniature fan boat or just a full-size fan boat.
Adam Sandler driving it out for whoever wins.
Peel off the field. I mean, that would not seem out of place down in Jacksonville.
No, not at all. That'd be perfect. That seems fantastic. I want that to happen.
All right,
now.
we'll work on that.
I was like, you got me with the ore. I was like, the more you talked about it, I was like, all right, that's kind of cool. All right, that's a little cooler. All right, like it's not a tiny ore, it's a big ore. And then you talked about the fan boat. And now I want all of that. Forget about the ore.
Well, we'll make it happen. We'll do the PJ Zuko fan boat trophy. We'll make sure that happens.
That'd be fantastic.
What percentage of Bobby Dodd do you guys feel like is going to be red on Saturday?
There's going to be a percentage that's gold or blue.
I feel like there has to be like at least a little bit. Maybe like a student section.
But maybe they might have turned on him at this point.
I say 90%.
I mean, I've been there when it was a relatively competitive atmosphere.
Yeah.
Where Georgia Tech came in with some goals for the postseason in the ACC. And it was still like 60-40.
It's crazy. Yeah, I'd say probably 70-30 Georgia. In reality, like I don't think it's going to be 100%, but I'd say probably like 70-30 Georgia.
I'd say 90-10.
Home game for sure.
Yeah, I say about 90% Georgia fans. I mean, Tech is what, 3-7, 3-8.
Is it too early to give up on Jeff Collins?
Ooh.
How long has he been there?
I think it's his third year.
Yes. Well, no, it's not too early.
Well, Cam, you're ready to fire everybody all times.
I mean,
Cam's like,
you lost to Northern Illinois. I understand like certain losses, but you can't lose that game in particular, not Northern. And then you beat North Carolina, beat the brakes off of them, but then you lose to like Pittsburgh, bad. Obviously you lost to Clemson 14-8. There's some other teams they've lost to, Virginia. I mean, Northern Illinois is no excuse, though.
I'd say there's some losses throughout the season that have actually been. It's weird, but when you're in a rebuild like that and with a restructuring, I know we're kind of getting out of that because the time for that, like you get a little bit of a buffer.
There aren't a whole lot of Paul Johnson players left on this team.
Right, you get a little bit of buffer, but not much. So even with rebuilds and things like that, even certain losses I think are somewhat positive when you look at how they lost, how they competed in those games, how they played. And I think there's been one or two of those this year. But other than that, there's been some really tough ones. Like they got blitzed by Notre Dame. And Notre Dame's a top 10 team, whatever. I guess we'll see where they're at tonight.
Haven't won a game since October 9th.
Well, and they haven't won more. He hasn't won more than 3 games since he's been at Georgia Tech. And like I can hear
where's the progress, right?
I can hear the excuses, right? Where and a lot of them are fair. Where in 2019 you're coming in, don't have a ton on the roster that really fits what you want to do. All right. And then you go into 2020 and it's COVID.
Yeah.
And it's tough to get out and recruit. It's tough to bring in your guys. And now in 2021, you have a Jahmyr Gibbs, you have a Jordan Yates, who is a 4-star quarterback coming out of Milton. You have a bunch of guys on the team that have some skill. Jeff Sims, I think, is really talented. It's just dialing it in, right? To me, it's just the lack of cohesion and anything that's just semi, I guess, positive about this team right now. And it's just, it's silly things. We talked about Mel Tucker only, and I know he's not calling plays up there, but Michigan State only giving Kenneth Walker 6 carries.
Yeah.
I mean, he's your best player by a long shot, and he touched the ball 7 total times. I think he had 1 reception in the game. You have to force feed your best players. He gives them 6. We all know who the best player is for Georgia Tech, and it's Jahmyr Gibbs, and he's not getting near enough touches. And the play calling a lot of times has you scratching your head. I've never been hey, it's time to immediately fire somebody. And I think they're probably going to give Jeff Collins another year, but it's looking like through his first 3 seasons, he's not going to win more than 3 games in any of them. I mean, think about what it would take. He would have to beat Georgia to get to 4 wins.
Just 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's not like there haven't been opportunities out there to, especially this season in the ACC, to win 5 or 6. And you just didn't get that done. So, I mean, that's where's the progress? And you got to come out with wins in those games to get that type of progress. It's not just, what's it called? Moral victories or anything like that and close losses anymore. You're in year 3.
Yeah.
I would say if I had to project something, I don't think he gets the axe after this Georgia loss, because that's what it's going to be. I would give him halfway in the next year. And if your basically with all, when all the
2022 schedule,
when all the coaching changes start to happen and everything like that, like 6-7 games in, if things are projecting and looking like they're going to go the same as the first 3 years have been, I think that's it. But I don't think it's the end of this year. I think he'll get one more off season.
I see who they play.
6-7 games in the next year.
We don't know when. We don't know.
See 4 automatic.
Well, you don't
losses.
have the full schedule out there yet. You just have the 5 locked in dates already. Clemson is September 5th.
Ole Miss. L.
Yeah, Ole Miss is on September 17th. Western Carolina is on September 10th. At UCF, September 24th. That's
brutal.
And then the ACC schedule isn't overly brutal. I mean, Florida State, Duke, Miami, Virginia, North Carolina, Pitt, and Virginia Tech. But I mean,
so what does he have to do next year? 6-7 wins?
I think more than 3, and you're all right.
I think you got to make a bowl.
Right.
I think you got to make a bowl game. I just think so.
It's just such a good job, in my opinion. I know you don't have inherently the same, or you don't, period, have the same amount of resources that Georgia has, but you are the Metro Atlanta school. You're located in downtown Atlanta.
Yeah.
That's true.
You should be able to pull recruits.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you're giving them they get NIL deals in Atlanta with all of those companies that are there. I mean, you have Coca-Cola is based out of Atlanta. Google has buildings in Atlanta. You have so many different TV avenues in Atlanta. Like the NIL deals there are amazing. And again, you're in downtown Atlanta. It's awesome. If you're from any of those schools around the perimeter of 285, you're thinking about Georgia Tech. I mean, you should be able to recruit. Are you going to pull, 14 ESPN 300 guys like Georgia does every year? Probably not.
Right.
But you can at least start working that way.
Absolutely.
I think we were looking this up. Chan Gailey's last year, which I believe was 2006, they had number 15 recruiting class in the country.
Yeah. You can certainly get there. Yeah, you can certainly get there. And I think it's what you just said. No one wants to project this like that. No one wants to, but you got to look at what it is. We all wanted this to work out. Feel like this might be the bridge guy, though.
Yeah.
This is what gets you from one point.
Oh yeah,
from point A to point C.
He did not inherit anything that was phenomenal.
No, exactly. But you have to make the whole transition into a new offense and everything like that. And no one wants to be that guy that is the bridge guy, right? But feel like he might be. That's a very tough schedule to get. I mean, I feel like you might need to upset one of those teams in the first 3 or 4 weeks to be able to get out of the first 5 or 6 games of the season. Because like you guys said, I don't see a lot of wins there. Right, exactly. I don't see a lot of wins there.
I'm curious about how that works out, because it has
Is this one of these non-conference ACC games?
That's my question. Is it has them playing Clemson at Mercedes-Benz Stadium? And I think Georgia Tech's done the thing where they're going to play one home game at Mercedes-Benz every year,
right?
Which I think is kind of lame, but it is what it is. And so I don't know if that counts as an ACC game or not. I'm assuming it does because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so yeah, that's going to be an ACC game.
Okay,
you're just starting the year with an ACC game, and it's against Clemson, who I'm assuming is going to be better. And if you look right now, Clemson's already 8-3, back to 8-3 this year,
just like
that's
that.
a team
might end the season 10-3. Might end the season 10-3. So
yeah, they need
South Carolina in a bowl win.
Well, you need South Carolina, you need a bowl win, but also if Wake Forest loses to Boston College, Clemson could be playing for an ACC championship game.
It's just,
What?
I mean, yeah, exactly. They just stumble their way in there, but
stumble.
I mean,
okay.
Well, hold on, PJ. Before we go to break, I want to ask you this: is Michigan about to be exposed as the fraud that we now know Michigan State to be?
Oh yeah, no, for sure. Like I didn't expect that to happen on Saturday. That was insane. I also didn't
really.
expect...
You didn't?
Not like that.
They have 49-30th ranked pass defense in the country, going up against the number 1 ranked pass offense in the country.
Okay, yeah, that's great.
Yeah,
and like I've been talking about over there, I tweeted it on Saturday. You can go back and look at it. Like going into last week, I thought Ohio State had bolstered its passing numbers and its offense against subpar teams in the Big Ten and subpar defenses. When they played against tough defenses, they struggled a little bit, right? So I wasn't a believer necessarily yet. And then I saw that on Saturday, and like you said, against a very poor pass defense. And I was like, all right, man, like they're being able to, the consistency is where it was at for me. And they've gotten more and more consistent how the year has gone on. And now they're just absolutely exploding. So yeah, now I'm a believer in what they've been able to do for sure. I'm looking and putting that together with their rushing game too. But that's the other side of it. That's the flip of the coin, right? You expect Kenneth Walker to get more touches for Michigan State. Like you don't know how to call an offense against in your biggest game of the year.
They are I thought they were, I guess is the best way I can put that is you talk about bolstering your resume. Michigan State going into that game, you'd beaten Northwestern, you'd beaten Youngstown State, you'd beaten a fraudulent Miami team, you beat Nebraska by 3, you beat Western Kentucky, you beat Rutgers, you beat Indiana, and what was the one win everybody was like, oh, this is why you're a top 10 team? You beat Michigan. And do we know Michigan's good? Because I'm looking at Michigan and I'm looking down at their schedule, and who do they beat? Western Michigan. They beat Washington, a team that's fired their head coach. They beat Northern Illinois, which I guess that's a good win because Northern Illinois went to Georgia Tech and beat them. They beat Rutgers. I think Michigan's best win this season is at Wisconsin.
Right. But,
probably their best win.
They dominated that game, but then again, it's Wisconsin.
They beat Nebraska by 3 points. Right, it's just and then
a lot of people have struggled.
And then
Nebraska,
they lost a coin flip. They lost a coin flip game with Michigan State. Like literally, one play goes the other way, and they win that football game.
Right.
It's just I think it's two teams that are fine, and they completely backloaded schedules.
I think you can also do that with almost everyone else's schedule this year, though, in the country. I think there are a lot of teams, but at the same time, if you're going to use that,
Northern Illinois, Rutgers, Wisconsin, Nebraska, Northwestern.
If you're going to use Nebraska in there, like Ohio State only beat Nebraska by a score 2. Oklahoma only beat Nebraska by a score 2.
Nebraska is the most depressing team to watch of all time.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, behind Penn State, but no, I'm right there with you on a lot of that, and I've called Michigan a fraud all year. So, completely understandable there. I think
why should we not believe that Ohio State's not about to just do the same thing to them that they just did to Michigan State?
Well, I completely
agree
that they're going to do that.
Is that the reason?
I don't know.
They're going to do exactly that. They're going to destroy Michigan.
I just
want to know why? Because they walk on the field and they beat Michigan. Once Michigan sees them in those uniforms, they've already lost.
They just crumble.
It's a mental edge.
I'm to the point where I'm like, something's got to give. Like Harbaugh, something's got to give.
But it doesn't. Like that's not how math works.
Something does have to give. Harbaugh needs to lose this game and then get fired. Because he hasn't done anything.
No, but he's not going to get fired. Is the point?
No, he's not going to get fired. He's going to have 10 wins.
That weak front-loaded schedule. He won 10 games already.
Yeah, Harbaugh's not getting fired. He's the
10 games.
He's the best thing that's happened to him. In the past 15?
Probably the Outback Bowl and beat up on Ole Miss.
All I'm saying,
or lose to Ole Miss like you lost to Bama in the Outback Bowl a couple of years ago.
That's a lot like saying if you look at his schedule against Michigan State, his record against Michigan State, Ohio State, and Penn State over his tenure, it's like 2-11 or something like that, and it's going to be 2-12, or
Yeah.
add one to the loss column after this week. If you go into if you go into Texas A&M and you lose to Alabama, LSU, and Auburn every single year,
Mhm.
you have that kind of record, you're going to get fired,
Yes.
whether you're winning 10 games or not. So like Michigan thinks like this is the thing. I know they're not. If you look at the championships and the record, all this other stuff, I know Michigan isn't. They might be a blue blood, but like they're not
I think it's okay if you
one of the
start.
best.
I think it's okay if we start reevaluating what blue bloods are. Like we need
I
to
get
we need to reach out and talk about like the blue blood titles again, because there's a whole lot of teams. I think I don't even know if Georgia would be considered a blue blood, but there's a whole lot of teams that are living off of things that happened 3 decades, 4 decades ago.
Agreed.
That's true.
But like Michigan, like you have to go even farther back for Michigan, and that's
Last
what
one was the 90s,
that's-
right? Was the national title for Michigan?
I'm not sure. It's forever ago.
Like you stated, Michigan hasn't even beat Ohio State more than 4 times in the past 20
but
years.
that's what I'm
Less than
saying
that.
is like
So-
Michigan has this grandeur and thought around it
Yeah.
that it's this championship competing.
1997.
There you go, championship competing team every single year when really it's not.
Yeah.
So that is going to get Harbaugh fired. Like that's what I'm saying. They will not accept
No, I
that
got
kind
10
of
wins,
record
though.
against
And I wear
against
khaki
Ohio
pants,
State.
and I
It's
wear
fine.
cleats on the sidelines.
Good
and
for
I
you
take
guys.
take my team to
I
Europe.
think they're going to keep him as long as he gets 10, 11 wins every year. I think
Well,
they'll keep him. I think
Have
that's
fun
fine with
resting
them.
in mediocrity.
I think that's fine with
Higher
them.
up a lot.
Speaking of resting, we're gonna take a quick break.
Yeah.
I got some Jeopardy coming up for the guys next. They have no idea what the subjects are,
fraud.
but we will hit them with it next right here on ESPN Radio. Second Down on ESPN Radio is presented to you by the Uniform Source. Got a little Jeopardy coming your way, a little rivalry week Jeopardy.
Can I run away from this Jeopardy?
No, you can't.
Nah,
No
sounds
flock,
fun.
No flock of seagulls for you, sir.
Just kidding. Sounds fun.
We have 3 categories today. I'll read the categories off first with scoring possibilities 100, 200, 300, 400, and 500. And each category, first category of the day, clean old-fashioned hate, the Georgia Tech rivalry. Second category of the day, the Iron Bowl, Alabama and Auburn. And our third and final category for the day, the game.
Oh, no.
The most pretentious of them all, the game.
Finally, something
Ohio
we can
State,
agree on.
Michigan. Very pretentious. I think Stanford and Cal call theirs the, quote, big game.
Just the one up.
Which it never
Yeah.
is.
The one up them.
The big game.
Which it never
All right,
is.
so clean old-fashioned hate, Iron Bowl, and the game 100, 200, 300, 400, and 500 are your different scores. So, Cam, we'll go in alphabetical order.
PJ could go first.
All right, PJ, we'll go in
Golly.
alphabetical order by the first letter of your last name. So the board is yours.
So you're going reverse alphabetical order then?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. Cam just moved it to you, so I'm just trying
Yeah.
to.
Trying to figure out what's going on.
PJ
here.
first.
I mean, I'll give it to Cam. No, I'm just kidding. Fine. I'll go with the. It's 100 to 500, right?
Yep.
I'll go with the game for 100.
The game for 100. The only 1 versus 2 matchup between these two teams came in 2006. Name the quarterbacks.
Oh, I can
Oh,
tell. Go ahead.
No,
No,
you
he said- yeah,
you
he
said
said-
first.
Chad Henne and what's his name? Smith. He played for the freaking
And he-
Troy Smith.
Troy Smith, thank you.
Yes.
100 points there for Cam.
That's like the
The
only
board-
year I can remember.
The board's yours, Cam.
You said it's the game. You
Clean
said-
old-fashioned hate and the Iron Bowl. Do I need to go through the day?
Oh, Iron Bowl. Okay.
Probably. Yeah.
400
time.
Iron Bowl.
Wow, you're just going random.
400.
I like
Yeah.
it. I like it. All
Let's
right.
go big.
Difficult one.
For 400 points, this former Alabama coach went 0-4 during his tenure against Auburn.
Against Auburn.
Yep, it's the Iron Bowl. He went 0-4 in the Iron Bowl during his tenure.
I can't even think of coaches
Right.
before Nick Saban.
That'd be Mike Shula in the early 2000s went 0-4 during his time at Alabama
There you go.
against
Okay.
Auburn. Cam, the board is still yours.
There you go.
500 Iron Bowl.
Who caught the game winner in the comeback?
Ooh,
Oh,
I got it.
my gosh. Go ahead.
Philip Lunksenkirchen.
Nailed it, PJ Zuko.
That was a good one.
Former Lassiter High School product. Tragically passed away at a young age, but the stadium now at Lassiter is named after Philip Lunksenkirchen.
Hmm.
Just a little
Okay.
high
That's
school
nice.
football trivia for you. All right, PJ, you're up 500 to 100, and the board is yours.
Yeah, I'll go back to the game for 200.
For 200 points, this quarterback came in as a backup for Ohio State after the starter broke his ankle in 2014.
Oh my gosh.
Cam,
You say he came in for the starter?
this quarterback came in as a backup for Ohio State after the starter broke his ankle in 2014.
It's 2 of them, but I'll go JT Barrett.
That is incorrect.
I know who it is now. Dang.
The correct answer on that one,
Cardell
Cardell
Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cam, you now have minus 100.
I'm not
Yeah.
even gonna lie. I
I
had
thought-
already forgotten his
No,
name.
I knew it
Like,
because that's what they won the championship
yeah,
with.
yeah, for sure.
And he had
Yeah,
them
he did.
2
He did.
games and he blew
Yeah,
up.
then he went into the
First round
then he
pick
went
too.
into the Big Ten championship game, and then who did he beat in the Big Ten championship game? Was that
I don't know.
That's
Doesn't
one of
matter.
the
Oh,
West-
it was Wisconsin.
it was
59-0.
Wisconsin. It was one of the red teams, and then
Yeah.
worked his way through, eventually beating.
Bama?
No, they beat Bama in the semis, and then beat
Oregon.
Oregon. Yep.
Mhm.
Yep.
National
All right.
championship.
Zeke and Michael Thomas on that team.
So I guess Cam, the board's still yours.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
you can see. Anyway.
clean old fashioned.
Oh no, it's back to PJ.
Oh, yeah,
'cause
it's
you
back
got it
to
wrong.
PJ.
PJ.
Yeah.
Oh, okay then. Yeah. I mean, why not dip in a clean old fashioned hate for 100?
For 100, Georgia's fight song "Glory, Glory" has a twist at the end that ends with
I don't know, man.
Glory, glory to Georgia. Glory, glory to Georgia. Glory, glory to Georgia.
Glory to the Bulldogs. I don't know.
No.
And to hell with Georgia Tech. You guys are
There you
terrible.
go. Yeah, no, I
yeah,
have
yeah.
no.
You
No.
guys, bunch
Nah,
of
we didn't
nerds.
know that.
Cam, you
There's
call
going to be a
yourself
lot
Georgia
of
fan.
wrong answers.
Yeah.
in
You call
this.
yourself a Georgia fan, Cam.
Hey,
All right,
you know.
PJ, the board's still yours.
Dang it. I have to put everybody through this again. Did we do Iron Bowl for 100 yet?
We have not done Iron Bowl
Thank
for
God.
100.
You can see my confidence
100
level in all these.
points. How much was Auburn down in the Cam back?
Cam,
Cam,
24.
24
Yeah.
nothing. Cam, you're back
Yeah.
to even, and the board is yours. PJ still leads by 500.
Iron Bowl.
You have 200, 300 available.
Yeah, Iron Bowl 300.
300. 3 Alabama coaches have a better winning percentage against Auburn than Nick Saban. I need you to name 2 of them.
Crap. I can't even. I can give you Bear Bryant.
What? Can you repeat the question, please?
Yeah, 3 Alabama coaches have a better winning percentage against Auburn than Nick Saban. Name 2.
I don't think I know 3 Alabama coaches. Not gonna lie.
Bear Bryant.
I know there's like Bear
It's,
Bryant.
I
and
mean,
Nick
it's
Saban.
like I don't even know. I know the statement is Brian Denny, so I don't know. I guess those 2. Yeah.
Correct answers. Any combination of Gene Stallings, Bear Bryant, and Red Drew.
Gene
Oh.
Stallings, man.
All have
I knew
better
Gene
records.
Stallings. I
All
forgot about
have
that
it.
one.
Does
I
that,
don't
does that
know
count as
none of
minus
the
300 for Cam?
Alabamas.
I'm gonna count that as minus 300 for Cam.
I don't know any Alabama coaches
All
outside of
right.
Saban and Bear Bryant.
I guess. Yeah, PJ, it's back to you.
Let's just finish off the Iron Bowl. Why not?
All right, for 200, who ran back the kick 6?
Oh
Ooh,
my
PJ.
god.
PJ.
Oh man, now I forget.
Oh no,
Chris Harris Jr.
Yeah.
no,
It's something junior though. Yeah, he's close.
Chris Davis.
Chris
Chris
Davis. Yeah.
Ah!
Chris Davis, PJ, that drops you down to 300. Chris Harris Jr.,
No.
of course,
He's in the
plays defensive back for the Denver Broncos, or he did recently. PJ, I think it's still you. We have 300, 400, 500 left in the game, and then 200, 300, 400, 500 left in clean old-fashioned hate.
Yeah, you said what for clean old fashioned hate?
Everything but 100.
Okay, I'll go with 200.
Georgia Tech has a moniker. What's the good word? To which the response is to hell with Georgia.
Oh my gosh, it's
Wow.
the reverse of.
Yeah.
Yes.
Come on.
We're educating you. PJ, back to you.
Yeah, let's stick with that one. Clean old fashioned hate 300.
Which Georgia running back had the controversial fumble that wasn't actually a fumble in Tech's 1999 51-48 win over Georgia, in which I picked this one out because we were having this conversation. The officials were reprimanded and sidelined after this game because it was so blatantly not a fumble.
I was 1 year old in 99.
I mean, I was 5 and I still don't know the answer.
One of the best Georgia names ever, Jasper Sanks.
There you go.
Jasper Sanks. You want me to go to
Jasper.
400?
Might as
Hey,
well
just keep on going, sure.
All right. This head coach owns the largest win streak in the series.
PJ?
PJ.
I'm going to no. Vince Dooley. I don't know.
It's not a bad guess. That's incorrect, but not a bad guess. Yeah, you want to throw one in there?
Did I overthink
I mean,
it?
the longest win streak.
Yep.
I mean, I don't know. I guess Kirby Smart.
Why would you
Whoa.
just throw that out there? That is, yeah, you're now at minus 700. That would be one Bobby Dodd, who the
Man, see?
stadium is actually named
What the
after.
heck?
He won 8 games in a row from 1949 to
Come on.
1956. PJ, back to you. You just want to go 500, clear it out?
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
keep doing it. Go
All
ahead.
right, this kicker hit a 53-yard game winner in the 2014 game.
Oh no.
I don't even remember.
Come
kickers.
on.
I will give you a hint. He is still active, very active
Yeah.
in the NFL.
Oh, I got it.
Go
Me,
ahead.
PJ. Harrison Bucker.
Harrison Butker
Let's go.
is correct.
I was like,
Kicking
God,
for
this-
who? Kicking for who?
Is he still with
Kansas
the
City.
Chiefs?
He is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Harrison
Kansas-
Butker.
Let's
Kansas
go.
City.
All right. PJ, 300, 400, 500 from the game.
300. Let's build up.
300. This is the only quarterback to go 4 for 4 as a starter against Michigan.
4 for 4.
Yep.
Like four.
Like he started 4 times against Michigan and he won all 4 times.
Ooh.
Well, that's a lot of quarterbacks.
No, it's not.
Well, I
you have
mean,
to
no,
start as a
because you got to
freshman,
start
sophomore,
all
junior, and
four.
senior.
Oh, he was at Ohio State.
Man, okay.
Not Haskins.
Dang, man.
Yeah.
No. I mean, they've had a lot of quarterbacks recently that have like come in at like, juniors and seniors, not freshmen.
Was it Terrell Pryor?
It's not Terrell
Dang.
Pryor. Cam
Dang.
minus $1,000.
I thinking like I just thought Terrell Pryor started as a freshman.
You don't have to guess, PJ. Unless you feel like you got to ride for your
Just
Big
guess.
Ten
Like
knowledge.
my pride wants me
Yeah,
to,
just
but
be
I
prideful.
don't. The one guy
you
I'm
have
thinking
a
of,
1,400-point lead.
the one guy I'm thinking of, I don't think he started all 4 years. Because I think like even
Mhm.
in the JT Barrett,
Nailed it.
let's go.
What? I even said JT Barrett played all 4 years
Nailed
did.
it, PJ.
as a starter
Because he started that
What?
2014 game, obviously broke his ankle. He still gets the win for it, though.
Yep, as a
I just
starter.
couldn't remember if he was a freshman when he
Because
started.
they
that
moved
game.
Braxton Miller to freaking
Wide
wide
receiver.
receiver.
Yep.
Oh my
All right,
gosh.
this one makes me happy. Michigan has won 3 games in the series since 2000. But when was the last time they won?
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
2000. Oh, go ahead.
No, Cam said 2010.
10.
Incorrect.
2011.
Correct.
Oh
Because
my
That was
gosh.
the
Damn.
year they got all the sanctions. They went 6-6. They had Luke Fickle actually as their head coach for that game.
Yeah.
My
Um,
type of luck to be like just one
Minus
off.
1,400.
See how much things can
TJ's
change.
at 1,100. All right, finally for 500 points. These two coaches took place in the quote 10-year war.
Oh man,
It's just college football knowledge, right?
yeah,
here.
but I'm gonna forget their name.
10-year war.
Like I'm not. I can see them both.
I mean, I guess the question could also be who are the two most famous coaches
right.
in this series history?
Go ahead, Cam.
I don't know. I mean, I ain't
We
got
gotta get a
nothing to
break, so I'm
lose.
just gonna
Tressel?
grab you.
Yeah,
No,
it's fine.
No,
Go
it's not Jim Tressel.
No,
I mean, I could hear the argument for Jim Tressel and Urban Meyer and like
Oh,
those guys as
one of
like
these guys-
as like famous head coaches
Right.
Mhm.
and like what's his name? Why am I thinking of the gentlemanly old guy from Michigan from the early 2000s?
Oh yeah, Floyd.
Yeah.
Lloyd. I
Lloyd
forget
Carr,
his
thank
name.
you.
Lloyd Carr. Yeah.
No, it is Woody Hayes and PJ.
Like I said, I forget their name. I know one of them like punched a player.
Schembeckler.
Bo Schembechler.
There we
that's
go.
right.
There we go. So
Yeah,
just final score from this one.
I remember
PJ
Hayes, man.
1,100, not bad. Cam minus 1,400. We'll have you speak to the producers after the show about how you can pay off your debt. We'll get that worked out there. Just a rough couple days in the trivia game there for Cam. We'll come back with more right here on Second Down. So bring it back up, Cam. You can't pull it down there. All the way up.
It is.
All right, good.
It does.
Never heard of it.
That's one of those ones, Cam. You gotta wait for it to hit.
My bad.
And then once it hits, it never stops.
Yeah, you can't just turn Macy Gray down like that. That's one of those ones where like we have to like get into it within like the first 10 seconds because as soon as it gets close to the chorus,
We're letting it roll.
we gotta stick with it.
That's my first time hearing it. So
Oh,
yeah,
Ev-
sir.
What?
I didn't know.
Ever?
Sir.
Ever, yeah.
All time?
Ask your
All
parents
time.
about Macy Gray.
Oh my god.
Ask your parents about Macy Gray.
I don't even think my parents listen to music like that.
Well, that's why I don't think any of y'all listen to music.
No, sister does.
I listen to music.
No, I'm saying like
My sister listens to like City
millennials
Girls.
or the youths.
he's always like, yeah,
Are
I've
you,
never
are
heard
you a
that
millennial
before.
or
I'm like,
you a
"Man."
Gen Z?
I don't know what I am. 1998. I don't know what I am at this point.
I know what you mean. My world almost like came crashing down when someone called. They like looked up the dates or whatever, and they were like, no, you're actually a millennial. I was like,
Mhm. Like I just
I
learned
don't
about
like them so
zodiac
much.
signs
I don't
a few
like them
years
so
ago.
much,
Yeah, sure.
man.
Of course you're a millennial.
Millennials are so annoying.
Of course you're a millennial.
Like I just learned
So
about zodiac
frustrating.
signs a few years ago.
I
So-
don't think millennial is a zodiac sign.
I have so many
I mean,
friends that
no,
call
it's
me a
not.
boomer.
But some of the stuff most people know. I just learned about like what zodiac signs are.
That doesn't matter.
Oh nah.
And
No,
if
zodiac
and if
signs.
somebody,
Are,
and
Yeah,
if
come
you're
on.
if you're
Zodiac
dating
signs are
somebody and they
big.
ask you what time you were born, run. 'Cause
Right.
That's, yeah.
Zodiac signs are big. They
In
are.
what way?
Mm.
You just gotta watch out,
What's
bro.
your zodiac sign?
Mercury's in retrograde or something like
Nah,
that.
just, nah, I
what-
don't get that deep
What are
into
you
it.
talking about?
I don't
Are
get
you
that deep
charging your
into it.
crystals?
I don't get that deep into it. I
What's
can
your
promise
chakra,
you that.
bro?
No, I hate.
All I'm saying
No,
is,
let me
listen,
stop.
we do kind of got to stop this because if anyone has a for whatever, like
Yeah.
some voodoo doll of us in their room or something, and don't start poking that thing, man. All right, stop it.
So
But I will say, like the general, like, hey, you were born on this day or this time of the year, so you're going to be this type of person and have this type of stuff happening, whatever. And I'm just like,
So you're a nurture
If-
over nature kind of guy.
well, if you ever read any of those things, are like so general that it's like, well, of course it's
So
going to
you're
be
saying
right.
I shouldn't trust my Chinese fortune cookies?
what's your sign?
I don't know. I am a
I don't-
dog.
I'm not giving out my info on the internet.
I am
They
a
already have
Okay.
that, but they got to work
What's
a little
your
bit
sign?
harder. You got to pay Google for my
my
information.
sign. I'm a Virgo, I think, and I'm a dog in
Oh.
the Chinese.
Nah, all I know is I'm a
And
New
Taurus.
Year's?
Yeah.
That's it. Just a Taurus. I don't know all the other stuff.
Like a
Just know
Ford
I'm a
Taurus?
Oh man, no, just bullheaded Taurus.
I've heard of
Stubborn.
people being like, "This is the." I've heard of people like starting.
Why
talk-
are we doing this?
I don't know.
I don't like this at
Starting to
all.
like talk to
love it.
someone, right? And they're like, "Wait, when like you're a what?" And they're like,
Please
"Oh, I'm
stop.
a Cancer," and you're a what? And they'd be
No,
like,
it's true.
"All right, well, they stopped dating that person." Like
Oh no, that's.
it's like,
That's-
yeah,
yeah,
this
yeah.
isn't gonna click. This isn't. Gonna
I've
work.
always
And I'm
said
like,
that it's
"Wh-
one sign I would not date ever again, and that's a Gemini.
Yeah,
Never again.
But wait, how?
Never
why?
Again. Well, for one,
Not every Gemini's
you
made the
know,
same.
for one, I really care about my girlfriend, and so I don't want to
Well, there
date
you go.
anybody else.
That's
But
true. That's true. You want that
Geminis,
to work out,
yeah,
of course.
yeah, because she's watching. So
And she ain't a
Tread
Gemini,
lightly.
so that makes sense.
she's a Scorpio like my mom. My mom is. I love my mommy. So, but Gemini's, no, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Terror.
How do we get here?
Terror.
Welcome
I
back to
don't know.
ESPN Radio.
Terror.
You're home for sports talk in coastal Georgia. Cam, are you okay?
Oh yeah, I'm fine. I need
It's
to
not
let
just
that
Cam.
be
We're
known.
all in
though.
this,
What the
man.
hell
Just
is
dive
going
in.
on?
Just dive in.
I need to let that be known because, oh boy. Okay, I'm done.
Well, I mean, so are we. We got to take a break. We'll come back with more right here on Second Down. Second Down is presented to you by the Uniform Source. Christian Gokel alongside Cam Ursery and PJ Zuko. Got a big weekend coming up for you this week on ESPN Radio. We got one more show coming up before Thanksgiving. We'll dive into all of the games coming up for Rivalry Week. We'll get you our picks prior to that. So getting some picks on a Wednesday tomorrow. And then, of course, as always, 3 and Out. We'll get you their picks as well. Guys, got some great guests coming up the next couple of days. I heard from Josh Pate yesterday. Got about a minute left here. Saw ESPN.com put out their top job rankings. Number 1 was LSU. Number 2 was USC. Number 3 was Florida. Quickly here, PJ. I'm curious how you would rank those 3. Because I'll tell you, for me, it's Florida, LSU, USC.
Really?
Yeah.
I think I would still put Florida number 2. But I would have Florida number 2 and USC number 3. Your argument against USC really kind of turned me around on that a little bit. So I'd go LSU, Florida, USC.
It's going to be fascinating to watch. I think there's a lot of these vacancies that are going to be filled by head coaches from other big-time jobs. So when they get filled, it's just going to create another void somewhere else that's going to have to get filled. So it's going to be a crazy offseason, but we do have one more week of the regular season. We'll break it all down tomorrow right here on Second Down. If you missed any portion of the show, check it out on ESPNCoastal.com.